So, customer states vehicle is not selecting gears. Let's get it done. So this is a Golf 7 TSI with a DSG gearbox. All right, so couple of things to note. If your gears are not selecting on your VW, that means one or two things. Number one being that your gearbox might have an issue. Number two, it might be that your vehicle is in limp mode. Therefore, it is protecting your transmission and protecting your engine, and it is not selecting gears. So let's run a diagnostics on the transmission first on this vehicle and see what's going on. Sharp. All right, I've got my Autel Maxi TPMS scanner, and we are going to check right now what is going on. So first thing to note is we will go through to the transmission and do a diagnostics on the transmission and see if we get any trouble codes to see if the problem might be in the gearbox. So if there are no trouble codes on the gearbox or transmission control module, that clearly means that the vehicle is probably on limp mode, so you might have engine sensor failure. So as you can see, trouble codes, no fault codes detected on the transmission control module, which clearly means that there is nothing wrong with the transmission on this vehicle. This vehicle is probably on limp mode. So this vehicle was actually towed here because it did not want to select any gears. So let's run a diagnostics on the ECM of the vehicle to see what is going on. So something worth noting, I did try and drive this vehicle when the customer dropped it off this morning, and what I saw was happening is that as I was trying to drive it, it just had no power and it was not going over 2000 revs. All right, so the diagnostics is done. Let's see what we have here. All right, so I don't know if this will be clear for you guys, but there is throttle position sensor circuit low input and more throttle position sensor faults and throttle valve drive electrical error circuit. So these faults that I'm getting on the ECM just help me a little bit of what I experienced with this vehicle. So the vehicle was not revving over 2000, and that what can cause that is a faulty throttle position sensor or a faulty throttle body. So as it was not revving over 2000, that means that the throttle body might have not been opening fully. Also, what you need to know is that your vehicle will not change gears if it is not going over 2000 revs or if there's something wrong with your throttle body. So what we will do here, we will clear the fault codes and see if they come back. If they do come back, that will mean that there's something wrong with the throttle body of this vehicle. We'll have to run some tests on it and replace it. All right, so we have just cleared the fault codes on this vehicle and they are returning immediately, which means that there might be an electrical error on the throttle body of this vehicle. So the throttle body on these cars is located down here. So you just follow the air duct pipe that leads to your turbo, and your throttle body is down there. So we will have to replace this throttle body. We did also run some tests and some sensors in it are not working, so we will have to replace it and then test the vehicle further. First step of diagnostics and repair of this vehicle is to change the throttle body. All right, I'm going to show you how to remove the throttle body. We got go ahead on this job. So to remove your throttle body, first things first, you have to remove your air duct pipe and then just disconnect a couple of electrical plugs. Once that is done, all you have to do is to use a T30 to remove 4 Torx screws, and then your baby is out. Right, the new throttle body is installed. So first things first, one way that we're going to see that this vehicle's issue has been resolved is by the vehicle being able to rev over 2000 revs. All right, let's check it out. Right, the EPC and the engine management light have gone off, which was also one of the customer's complaints, and those lights were caused by the throttle body itself. So the vehicle is currently idling. Let's give it a rev up and see if it revs over 2000. All right, so the vehicle is now revving successfully over 2000 revs, which means that it is out of limp mode and the issue that it had with the throttle body has been resolved. So next time if you have an issue similar to this one and you drive a DSG, Before replacing your gearbox, try and change or check your throttle body. Sharp.